Please, so could you please tell us about yourself, about your startup? How did you start it, and what's your vision about your startup, TextRe?
So maybe start in saying how we actually started the company.
Mm-hmm.
My background is being a lawyer, a corporate
Mm-hmm.
lawyer. It's very different and far from what I'm doing today at TextRe.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I'm coming from a family of textile manufacturers. My
Okay.
father was also a partner in the company,
Mm-hmm.
and he owns factories of actually producing the clothing that we are wearing. And I remember already as a child thinking about all the waste that we have already from the production of
Mm-hmm.
our clothes, and all of it being landfilled or incinerated and just going to the trash. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought that it's not a reason. I mean, we should do something about it because it's a very valuable raw material.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of years fast forward, having a lecture about sustainability and the fashion industry, I realized that I'm here and there is something that we should do about it. And this is the point that I realized that I'm not going to be a lawyer for a long time. And what
Mm-hmm.
I want to do is to solve the problem of landfilling and textile waste, what we are
Okay.
wearing and what is being waste after the production. And this is how
Okay.
the company started. And maybe to
Mm-hmm.
say one word about what actually the company does. We convert today the textile waste after the production or the clothing, and we
Okay.
produce from it new material for the plastic industry that can be used for producing our new products, either our cars or our
Mm-hmm.
furniture at home.
Okay. So, what was the like biggest gap that you saw in the market, in existing markets, and like what was the biggest problem that you saw and try to solve that in the market?
I think we are addressing two very, very big problems in two different markets because
Mm-hmm.
what we do in TextRe is bridging the gap between actually two industries. The first one is the fashion industry, who has a lot of waste, mainly being landfilled or incinerated. Today, we have
Mm-hmm.
120 million tons of textiles manufacturing every year, and 85% are being landfilled or incinerated, meaning nothing happens with that. So firstly, we
Mm-hmm.
have the feedstock of valuable raw material that is being just trashed. On the other
Mm-hmm.
hand, we have the plastic industry who suffers a lack of valuable and recycled materials that can be
Mm-hmm.
used and replace the use in virgin polymers. So
Mm-hmm.
actually, we're seeing two problems, and what TextRe does with our technology is bridging that gap. We are
Okay.
utilizing the feedstock of textile waste, uh, already has the polymers and its inherent
Mm-hmm.
properties into new products within the plastic industry who really wishes to have the transition to use recycled one, but it lacks valuable and efficient recycling solution in both industry, textiles and the
Mm-hmm.
plastic industry. And I think this is
Okay.
the main gap that TextRe enters. We
Mm-hmm.
answer the huge gap or the huge challenge of how we utilize new materials. Actually, it
Mm-hmm.
can be in other industries. It doesn't have to be exactly into the textile industry or into the
Okay.
plastic. We
Mm-hmm.
see it like breaking the bounds of circularity and truly unleashing the power of polymers. We look at the
Mm-hmm.
polymer and the material of its properties or characteristic and not actually where it comes from. It doesn't really matter. And this is
Okay.
how we can globally can really solve big problems.
Okay. And the waste you recycling from the plastic or the textile industry. So, are you using it for different application areas? What are those application areas?
Yes, so as I mentioned, we are not doing textile to textiles. We
Mm-hmm.
look broader way of what is circularity, and we are doing
Mm-hmm.
textile to plastic,
Okay.
meaning that the polymers that are using to produce our clothes, which are mainly synthetic one, meaning
Mm-hmm.
plastics, they are
Yes.
polyester and nylon. And those are
Mm-hmm.
exactly the same polymer that are being used in the plastic industry in very high-end applications. So
Okay.
with our process and technology, we are utilizing the materials from the textile. We convert the mixed textile waste into
Mm-hmm.
new raw material that can produce different applications, as I've mentioned, in the plastic industry, mainly for the automotive, consumer goods, and industry packaging. The reason
Okay.
is in those segments, we need really strong and strength applications, and this is how
Yes.
the material can answer that needs.
Okay. Okay. So that the waste that you utilize can be used further in automotive and other industry that you have mentioned, right?
Exactly, for plastic products. For example,
Plastic
take
product.
only plastic. Yes, we are doing textile to plastic. So if you can think about your bumper car, or if you can think about your next chair or next,
Okay.
I don't know, package, either it will be produced from virgin polymers, plastic polymers that are derived from fossil fuels. It can be produced from our recycled materials coming from the textile waste. This is the main
Okay.
innovation of our process.
Okay. That's good. And building this startup, did you face any challenges?
Yeah, all the time, mainly
Okay.
challenges.
What kind of challenges do you face in this space, this based recycling space of textile?
I think we firstly have the technological challenge in how we are utilizing waste. Dealing with waste, it's all the time, it's very difficult because you need to reach some of uniformity of the material to reach high-end properties. So firstly, we have the technological. Also, we have the sorting. When we are speaking about textile waste, for example, the clothes that you and I just wearing, it's not 100% one material. It's a mix
Yes.
of fibers. So we need
Yes.
to understand how we are utilizing exactly the material that we need for the specific application of our customers. So all the issue of utilizing waste, uniformity, and the mix of the fibers, it's a challenge, and we are actually very close to have the full process and how we are overcoming this mix, because this is the main innovation of the company, utilizing the mixed composition, not only 100%. Because this is the main problem in the waste. And the other thing, I think it's maybe the market. We need to identify the relevant markets for us, the potential customers who are really open to use new materials, because we are speaking about very conservative markets, the textile and the plastic. It's not that easy to replace a material that you know how it works on your lines and how it will be in the production. So I think adopting new material in such conservative market as the plastic is a challenge, but hopefully we already have very successful pilots on industrial line with our potential customers, and hopefully it will be into a new sales in the upcoming year for those customers who had the benefit of our properties in the material. Maybe to mention that very important thing is being pragmatic, meaning that we understand that our recycled material have to really answer the market needs in terms of properties and cost. So our material can very easily implemented on industrial line for our customers, meaning easier adaptation for them. And I think the third challenge is the investments, raising money for startup in those kind of the climate tank in materials. It's a very challenge because it works very differently from, I don't know, SaaS or other defense companies. And I think this is the three main challenges.
Okay. And the waste textile, how do you source it? Do you source it from some textile industry, or do you source from like dump area or some other places? How do you source this?
So firstly, we do not sort by ourselves. We firstly take the composition that we need for our process, which is composition that consists very high percentage of synthetic fibers, PET or PA, polyester or nylon. And we work with three different suppliers. The first one in the term of post-industrial waste, meaning from factories. We work with very reliable factories that can give us the composition that we need. For us, if they say that it consists 80 or 70% of synthetic fiber, it's good enough. In the level of the production, it's very easy to say. So we are working with them.
Mhm.
The most challenging and most interesting is working with the PCR, the post-consumer waste, meaning the
Okay.
clothing that we are wearing, which is the main waste. And there
Mm-hmm.
we are working either with sorting companies that
Mm-hmm.
sort manually or using infrared or other automation or automatic sorting waste. And they can tell
Mm-hmm.
us in, I don't know, certainty of 90% what is the composition. And it's good enough
Okay.
for us because we have a lot of flexibility in our process. And the
Mm-hmm.
third supplier is working directly with the fashion brands, which this is what we are really addressing to, because this is how we truly solve the problem of the fashion brands who suffer from it because it costs them a lot of money today, landfill the waste. Also because
Mm-hmm.
of the regulation and the ERP regulation that they have to say exactly what they are recycling the waste, and they are responsible for all the supply chain, and they are paying fees for that. And I believe that we have a truly very good solution for that kind of supplier for the fashion brands because we can utilize directly their waste and save them those fees.
Okay. And are you currently doing it locally, or you plan to expand it in some other country as well?
So currently our R&D is being in Israel,
Mm-hmm.
and but we already working with potential customers and having pilots with in Europe, in potential
Okay.
customers in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Mm-hmm.
already started a potential collaboration with in the US with a company, a compounder company, to
Okay.
produce our materials. So we are truly looking to work globally, and we want to be close where the waste is. We want ship waste all over the world. So we are
Mm-hmm.
intent to be in very strategic places in the world
Mm-hmm.
where the main textile waste is, and they're having our technology process and production.
Okay. Okay. So how did you approach developing this business model behind TextRe, and what were some like key learnings during this journey?
Again, I didn't understand you.
Like, uh, what did
You're
you
asking
like? What are your learnings from this business that you started?
that it's very challenging,
Mm-hmm.
that you have to have a lot of resilience. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's really like waves. And I think when you're truly believe in what you're doing and you have a clear mission, the strategy and the business model are very clear for you. And also, I think we need to have some flexibility because things are changes. What was right a couple of months ago doesn't work right now, meaning we
Mm-hmm.
need all the time read the market and to see what is changes because the market in waste and regulation in this world changes, and we need to understand where the market goes and to work
Mm-hmm.
with that. But we need to have clear mission. I think our mission in our business model is to have very transparent replacement for our customer from using virgin plastics. And I
Mm-hmm.
think when we have this mission, we are really looking what our customer need. So they need
Mm-hmm.
the replacement, and so they need the good properties, the same price, and really seamless transition in the production line. And when we understand that, we're really working towards that and trying to give them the best replacement and the best material that we can, working
Mm-hmm.
also with our suppliers, because this is part of our business model, working with the fashion industry, answer their problem about what they're doing with the mountains of waste that are reaching the rivers and our mountains and our environment. And I think we all understand today what is the cost of such waste for our
Mm-hmm.
clothes.
Okay. So you have mentioned that you use textile waste in like in plastic, I mean, like plastic industry. So in future, do you also have any plan of from textile to textile recycling, or you like want to
No,
stick to that?
we
Okay.
are sticking to that. This is what we are doing. We believe that
Mm-hmm.
we need other solution for the textile waste. And I think trying
Mm-hmm.
to return some material to other like closed loop, I think we should look it wider. And maybe that
Mm-hmm.
way we will really answer the big problem of what is waste. So we are
Okay.
sticking to the textile to plastic, and this is how we are, I believe, truly answer the problem of landfilling textile waste. Textile-to-textile today consists only 1% from the market. Hopefully it will enlarge, but we truly believe in the solution that we are offering, both textile and plastic industries.
If we see like from next 5 years, so how do you see TextRe evolving over these next 5 years?
I believe in the next year, TextRe will have its own plants,
Mm-hmm.
locally in Israel, but also in Europe, and hopefully
Okay.
working with some factoring in the US, and
Mm-hmm.
producing our materials and applying our technology in our own plants, but
Mm-hmm.
utilizing very mixed compositions of textile waste, and by that answering, firstly, wider problem of the textile waste, and secondly, being able to offer a variety of materials to our customers in the plastic industry. Also reaching
Okay.
other segments from what we mentioned before.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And if you secure the funding from someone for some like a company, so where like would you put it? Where do you want to use that investment building TextRe?
Currently, the investment that we are raising are going to complete our R&D. Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
will be completed by the upcoming year and a half. So all the
Mm-hmm.
efforts are going to the R&D. And secondly, establishing our market, meaning reaching to potential customers,
Okay.
conducting more pilots on industrial lines. And this is how we
Mm-hmm.
strengthen the company towards initial sales. This is our main mission right now.
Okay, that's great. And do you face any challenges, like any problem currently?
Of course, as I mentioned
Okay.
about the technological, we always, if it wasn't a challenge, it was easy and everybody would do it. So
Yes.
about what kind of composition we are using and
Mm-hmm.
improving our material properties all the time and reaching exactly our customers' requirements in terms of properties of the
Mm-hmm.
material. And of course, the fundraising, it's also hard. And as I mentioned, the third one is reaching the correct and potential customers to open our market.
Okay. And how many people do you currently have in your team, and what they work on currently?
We are 5 people. We
Mm-hmm.
are three founders. We are 6 people. We are three founders.
Mm-hmm.
We have three more workers. All of them on the R&D because this is our main
Mm-hmm.
focus today. And one
Okay.
is really working about open the market and reaching the potential customers and having pilots with those customers. I
Mm-hmm.
think his work is also in the R&D because once we are speaking with our customers and understanding their requirements, we are going
Mm-hmm.
back to the R&D and improving the material, looking what composition we can use. I think it's a back and forth work of the team, but focusing on the R&D and improving our material properties and utilizing more textile waste composition.
Okay, Lee, I think I have all the answers right now for this
Great.
podcast. So it was great talking to you and knowing about
You too.
the startup and the work you are doing.
Great. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Lee. It was great talking to you. Bye.
Bye.